You're going to face a lot in life, young man. The road ahead is long. And while your father may have shaped part of your journey, the truth is you're on your own now. This world is brutal. It doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care about your struggles. Life is the ultimate competitor. It will push you, it will beat you down, and it will test your every weakness until you have nothing left. It will try to break you, and if you let it, it will. So, what do? You get back to work. Stop listening to your own voice, making excuses, shut down the noise, get off the podcast, cut out the distractions. Social media, forget it. None of that is going to help you build yourself. Get back into the mental lab, the place where true knowledge and resilience are forged. You need to reach a point where nothing can hurt you because you know exactly who you are. Face your demons, sit with them, listen to them, understand them, and then rise above them. Shame is one of the biggest killers of potential today. It paralyzes people, keeps them trapped in the past. But let me tell you this. Never, ever be ashamed of your past. Face it, fix it, use it. The strength you need is already inside of you, but you must be willing to go to war with yourself to bring it out. You need to constantly analyze what you don't like about yourself, what makes you uncomfortable, and attack it. Because if you don't, life will attack you first. Unchosen suffering is inevitable. You can't avoid it. The only thing you can do is prepare for it by choosing suffering now. Push yourself into discomfort daily. Do something hard every single day, not because you want to, but because you have to. I'm not telling you to run 200 miles or be the toughest guy in the world, but you damn well better be tough. You better develop the ability to break down a situation, find a way through, and keep moving forward. Trauma is coming, devastation is coming. It's not a matter of if, but when. And when it does, will you collapse or will you move through it with strength?
Most people wait until they die for an autopsy to determine what killed them. But have you ever thought about doing a live autopsy on yourself? To figure out what's killing you right now while you're still alive. There was a time when I was breathing, but I was dead inside. Until I figured it out. And once I did, I was reborn. That's what I want for you to take every painful experience, every hardship, every failure, and study it. Learn from it. Use it. You need to get to a place where you perform at the highest level, even when there's nothing pushing you. No race, no school, no big goal, just you and your own discipline. Because one day, when life throws a real test at you, you won't have time to prepare. You need to be ready. And the only way to be ready is to train yourself every single day, no matter what. People chase purpose, but they don't realize that the purpose is always there. It's you. You are the purpose. If you wake up and don't want to do something, it means you don't care enough about yourself. And that's what you need to dig into. Why don't you care? The number one purpose in life is to better yourself. That's it. That's all you need. That's why I get up every single day, not for a race, not for a title, but because I refuse to be the weak version of myself ever again. I was born David Goggins, but David Goggins wasn't good enough. He was weak. He was bullied. He was abused. And no matter how much he trained, when life got tough, he quit. So I had to build someone new. I had to build Goggins. And in that process, I learned that true growth happens in the struggle. Not when things are easy, but when you push yourself to do what you don't want to do.
Stay hungry. But more importantly, stay humble. Humility is everything. Look at William Crawford, a Medal of Honor recipient, the highest military award for heroism. Yet, he chose to work as a janitor at the Air Force Academy, never boasting about his past. Imagine that. A man who risked his life for others, cleaning floors for young men who didn't even know who he was. That's real strength, that's real humility, and that's the kind of character that makes you truly great. Never put yourself above anyone else. That's why I help people, because I've been there. I've been in the darkest places. I know what it feels like to be at rock bottom. And that's why I know how to reach people who are suffering. You have to be your best even when you feel your worst. Motivation is fleeting. Discipline is key. But even discipline isn't enough if your mind isn't clear. Think of your mind as a circuit breaker. If you overload it with stress, fear, and doubt, it will shut down. You need to keep your mind organized. Most people don't fail because they lack discipline. They fail because their mind is a chaotic mess. You need to compartmentalize everything, your job, your struggles, your relationships, so that when it's time to perform, you're locked in. That's why I meditate every night, to clear my mind, to reset, so that when I wake up, I'm ready for war. The truth is, you'll never find toughness in comfort. You have to seek discomfort. You have to drown in it. That's the only way you'll ever find out who you really are. When you're in the darkness, that's where your real self is waiting. Most people avoid the dark, avoid the suffering. But that's where growth happens. That's where you transform. Every morning, the alarm goes off and your mind will tell you to stay in bed. That's when you have to say, "Number, this is what we do now." Because getting to where you want to go will require doing things you don't want to do over and over again. And if you do it enough, it becomes second nature. It becomes who you are. Your brain is the most powerful weapon you have. When life hits you with real pain, real suffering, no phone, no social media, no distractions, your brain is all you've got. And if you can't control your mind will control you. And that's game over. When I was struggling, all I knew was hard work. Couldn't read, read again. Still couldn't get it, read again. Couldn't pass a test, write it out. My mind had no choice but to adapt. I gave myself no way out. And when you take away the option to quit, your mind will find a way. You just have to be willing to go there. I used to watch Navy SEALs train, and I wasn't a good swimmer. I was afraid of water. But I saw those guys finishing training, and I wanted to feel that victory not over them, but over myself. I wanted to finish something for once in my life. And when I finally did, everything changed. It's not about winning. It's about not quitting. It's about fighting, pushing, and finding a way through. The more you do that, the stronger you become. And the stronger you become, the more you realize there is nothing life can throw at you that you can't handle. So stop waiting for motivation. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. There is no perfect moment. The moment is now. The moment is always now. And the only thing standing between you and the person you want obeys you.